Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I bought a used meat slicer about a week ago, and everything was fine as far as the description goes. And then the meat slicer shows up. Of course, this thing was completely taken apart. You know, like this piece wasn't in here. This piece was, which is the blade sharpener, was taken apart. The glide or the slider was also, let me see if I can take this part, was also taken apart, you know, so on and so forth. But what happened was something during shipping, or so they say from the seller I spoke to, caused the blade to have a little ding in there. So I'm thinking one of these forks kind of pushed it out and, you know, caused it to ding. So every time this thing spins, makes that little noise. Don't do what I do, because this is actually very sharp and dangerous. But I bought it from Mercari, and I had a deal with the seller. The seller was going to refund me some money. Maybe I'll try to fix this blade. I don't know if it's fixable or not. I'm going to attempt to fix it, but I'm not sure if it's going to work. But anyways, Mercari would not allow me to send pictures, or, you know, it was a long story. Anyway, so I'm probably, I hope I'm not out the money I spent on this thing. But the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take the plate, I'm going to take the blade out. I'm going to see if I could actually strain out that chip and sharpen it and run it through a test to see if it works. Hopefully it does, because these blades are very, very, very expensive. It's actually more than what I paid for this machine. Blades go for about $200, $180 to $220. That's the range for these 10-inch blades. These are stainless steel discs. It's actually a very thick piece of stainless steel, and, you know, the sharp edge with the blade. It's very expensive to replace. So I'm gonna try to salvage this thing, you know, no matter what, because I am not gonna spend another $150 or $200 on a new blade. So I'm gonna have to make this work. So I'm gonna be super careful about what I'm doing. I don't want to chip the blade either, because, you know, a lot of metal movement, especially when it's cold, it could damage it, or it could cause a chip. So I'm gonna be very, very careful when I do this. You know, hopefully I could put it back to almost what I need it to be, and we'll go from there. So stay tuned. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to remove the cover plate, which, you know, comes out with this. This thing, as you can see, has a little rust on it. This was like fully rusted. I actually polished it off. I cleaned it, but there's a lot of rust in here. So I have to find like a very narrow steel brush to actually run it through here and actually clean it off. So that's the next thing I'm gonna do. With that, turn this around. This little protective plate comes out. I think it's a piece of aluminum. So I'm going to get a screwdriver and take these out. And again, be very careful when you guys do this. These are very, very sharp. And the third one. Alright. So took out the third one. Yep. Look at that. See that little tip? It's danged up pretty good. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be fixable, but hey, we'll try it. Alright, I'm going to move this out of the way. Alright guys, I'm gonna use one of these pin punch pieces, and I'm gonna gently just tap this with a hammer. I'm gonna gently tap them with a hammer and just kind of massage it back in. Alright guys, so I don't know if you can see. See if I can get this focused. This is as best as it can get. I'm gonna have to file this down just a little bit. Alright guys, so this is as best as I could get it done. It's not going to be fully flat, just like the rest of the blade. What I'm going to do, I'm going to install it back onto the machine. I'm going to run the sharpener on it. So I don't know if you guys can see it. Here we go. The sharpener that came with it. So it does have some sharpening wheels on it. So let me run this. Let me see if this actually can make it work or not. So let's see what happens. Alright guys, so this is hooked up. One thing you want to be careful of is your fingers. This is very sharp. So So be very careful as far as like the stuff that you're doing. I'm gonna turn it on. Before it was making this clinky noise because of that ding. Let's see if it still does it. So that clinking noise doesn't work anymore. It's not there anymore. So I have a piece of newspaper. I'm gonna try to run. So do you hear that little clicking noise? So this is already pretty sharp. So now I'm gonna run this wheel from the front. I'm gonna run the wheel from the back. Alright, so you guys hear the clinking noise. So the back wheel needs to be adjusted a little bit. So let me see if that would do it. Hopefully I didn't ruin the blade. Alright, so let's see. So now it's not. You guys hear that, right? Alright, now comes the test again. See that little at the bottom right there? Still kind of shearing it off. It's not. It's kind of ripping through it. Maybe the paper is too thick. Let me try. Let me try this. Alright, much cleaner. It's a much cleaner cut. But I still feel it like grabbing, if you can tell. If you can hear it. So it's still grabbing, and I can see it now, like after doing the grinding, it actually chipped. It's actually chipped now. So there's nothing I can do about it, to be honest with you guys. I think the blade is gone, realistically speaking. Once that happens, damage control is going to be very, very hard. I don't know if I were to heat it up, then kind of hit it with the hammer, would have made a difference. It could have, but I don't know. But it is now. Yep, it is now chipped. Let me show you guys. So if I get the camera closer. You can see it's chipped. So the blade is gone. Alright guys, so I did my best. I will run some sausages or something through it to see if it's gonna rip the meat as I'm slicing through. I'm hoping it's not. It is a very, very small chip on the blade. You know, hopefully it's not that big of a deal that's gonna cause a big issue. But it is there, and in order for me to switch out this blade, I'm not gonna spend $200. You know, so I'm just gonna live with it for a while. Then I'll decide what I'm gonna do. But if you have any other recommendation, if my method was not the right method, if I should have heated up first, then mold it back to whatever it was, let me know. I'm not a blacksmith. This is, I don't think this is a blacksmith. I mean, it is. You know, if you're a blacksmith, you know better how to handle stainless steel. Stainless steel is very, very hard to work with. So, so let me know. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. I don't know if this was the right method or the wrong method, so, you know, we'll find out. Peace out.